Good morning, and welcome to everyone. If there's an icon for video games, it's probably the guy who's appeared in over 200 different titles and sold more than 200 million games globally. He's someone who seems like he's already done it all. Now, Mario in 3D was great. I think everyone remembers the first time leaping into one of the pictures in the castle. But we admit we haven't quite figured out how to move him into a fourth dimension. But that number, 4, that's the key to Mario's next surprise. For the last 15 years, Mr. Miyamoto has been thinking about one new way to let you play a Mario game that's never been possible before. Today, here's his answer. New Super Mario Bros. For Wii.
You can play with 1 to 4 players, and item boxes generally produce 1 item for each player in the game. But not always. And it doesn't always mean that 1 player is going to get an item. Now, I think we've already seen 1 player lose a life, and that's 2. You're seeing a couple of new features here. The first, you can pick up and carry other players. Now, if you're cooperatively minded, you can do that to help save them from those enemies or those pits. If you have other things in mind, you might want to throw them at those enemies or those pits. Now, the other thing that you've noticed is when people do lose a life, they have a tendency to come back inside of a bubble. Now, again, if you're nice, you might want to let them out of the bubble so they can come back in and continue to play. But if you want to get all the coins for yourself, you don't necessarily have to. You'll notice that the game does include many of the classic trappings, warp pipes, hidden areas, lots of coins to collect. You'll also notice that this time around, the battle for those coins is probably a little bit more fierce. Now I'm just going to let them play for a little bit while I tell you a little bit about the structure of how this game works and the balance between single player and multiplayer. The main mode of the game you can play in single player mode. Or, if you want to, you can play it in co-op with up to 4 players. You can start in one, and you can switch to the other at any point in time. So if you happen to find a particularly hard level, you can call your friends over for help. What you see here is another new item. This is the propeller suit. If I had one of those, I'd be wearing it every day. That thing is sweet. Quick little shake of the Wii remote will shoot you high up into the sky, and you'll slowly drift back down. Now, of course, you can do that to save yourself from one of those pits, or you can use it to help yourself find new levels. Looks like Blue Toad had a little trouble there. I wonder if anybody's going to, let him out. Very nice. Now you can see that with 4 players, there's a lot going on. The screen is nice enough that it'll pan out to a much wider view when people spread out. But if the player at the lead goes a little bit too fast, you may find that if you're at the back, you get wiped off screen. Stop that. You'll also find some nice use of hidden areas, pipes and things like that as well. And I think at this point we're probably getting closer to the end of the game, or at least the end of this level at any rate. Yes, sliding, more propeller suits. And here we get to the end of the level. Oh, Luigi. Now as soon as 1 player touches the flagpole, the others have about 3 seconds for them to grab on if they want to get any bonus points.
Now we know that players will be lining up to play with and against each other in Mr. Miyamoto's newest masterpiece. Wii Fit has been the best-selling video game in America and around the world. Some analysts have stopped looking at the Wii balance board as a simple accessory and started considering it as a separate gaming platform. That's because with 15 million sold, it now ranks alongside other home systems in terms of worldwide installed base. Wii Fit Plus. Now, the original game was designed to have something for everyone. This next version moves in an added direction, helping find a specific workout routine that's exactly right for you. Now, from the main menu, you can now enter the locker room, where you'll become, in effect, your own personal trainer. There are 15 new balance games. Now behind me, you can see some of them: juggling, skateboarding, and one called Perfect 10, where you need to swing your hips in different directions to choose number combinations that total 10. Maybe you can think of this as brain age for your backside. Now let me highlight just one more, where you will be leaping from platform to platform, swinging, dodging cannonballs, and jumping over rolling timber.
Wii Motion Plus introduces an unprecedented level of physical reality by adding precision control. Take a look.
With Wii Motion Plus, my Wii Remote is my me in skydiving, the first activity that you'll encounter in the game. Now you can see, I can spin him around, I can turn and twist, I can position my me to grab other me skydivers, and if I want to, oh, hello everybody, I can dive straight down to speed up my descent, or I can flatten out to grab a few more of my friends. Let's see how many I can get here. Oh, there's another one. And one more. Woo! So as you can see, it's a lot of fun. Now this is just the beginning of the game, so we'll have a little fun falling in formation. Go upside down, probably not too safe. We want to make a safe landing. Try to get us right in position. The chute's open. Welcome to Wii Sports Resort. You hold the Wii Remote vertically in your left hand if you're right-handed, or vice versa if you're left-handed, just like you would hold a real bow. Press the A button with your thumb to grip the bow. It feels great. Hold down the Z button on the nunchuck, draw back your bowstring. And you can see how every pan left to right, up and down, is accurately reflected on screen. Oh, come on, I can do better than that. You'll also notice there's a wind gauge in the top right-hand corner. So I'm having to compensate here for distance, for wind, and other factors like a moving target. Oh, that's not better than the first shot. All right, we'll try this once more. Actually, we're going to try a second target after this. You also notice that as I draw back the bowstring, my vision zooms in. And the longer that I hold the bowstring back, the smaller my area of focus becomes. So there is some timing element to it as well. So we're going to go through 3 more shots here. You get 3 shots per target. You'll notice that to compensate for distance, I'm going to have to arch my shot just a little bit, just like I would a real bow. 7. And then all you need, some good aim, a little flick of the wrist, both for style and for accuracy. But of course, I hear that you know all of this because you're hitting the court like 3-4 times a week.
No, I tell Mr. Iwata every waking moment I'm working.
I think he's going to find out the truth today. Well, you know, my problem is I haven't played basketball since I was in middle school, so I'm going to have to channel a much younger version of myself to beat you. Do you think you can handle a 4'9" 8th grader?
4 foot 9 inches? Is that how tall you were then or how tall you are now?
Brutal. Oh, very funny. You ready to go, big man?
I'm ready to go.
All right, count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Now you got to reach down, grab the ball, and then shoot. Some people find that the full motion from the tip of your toes to the flick of the wrist really helps. I missed the last shot. I'm at 4. How are you?
Now I'm at 4.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Oh, man, this is a bad rack for me. There we go.
I was throwing up some bricks.
Now, the nice thing is that once you find your rhythm, you can kind of keep it going, just like a real 3-point contest. Oh, I'm at 10. Oh! Oh, no! Oh. The money ball saved
On the money ball.
Wow. Nice shooting, Tex. I better get off stage before I get embarrassed anymore.
Thanks, Bill. Electronic Arts has announced Tiger Woods PGA Tour 10 will not only employ Wii Motion Plus technology, but the game and the accessory will be sold together. EA's Grand Slam Tennis for Wii will also incorporate Wii Motion Plus technology. And for the first time, Sega's Virtua Tennis will be served up for a Nintendo home platform, also featuring Wii Motion Plus Precision. And for Ubisoft's Red Steel franchise, the commitment to Wii Motion Plus is absolute. Red Steel 2 will be playable only with Wii Motion Plus control. These new titles begin to suggest how third-party development is flowing to Nintendo. And that's because last year in America, more third-party games were sold for Wii than any other platform, and Nintendo DS came in second. For Square Enix, this means an exclusive open-world adventure built specifically for Wii, introducing a highly interactive environment for the Final Fantasy franchise.
I do not have time to play with you.
Oh, don't say that, Goldenrod. I still have some energy to burn.
This is a crystal idol. This guy's a bearer!
So what if I am? Leave it to me.
Crystal bearers are abominations. That's what everyone believes.
What happened just now?
Can he be trusted?
The Crystal Bearers.
And Square is also bringing a classic RPG franchise to Nintendo DS. An exclusive version of Kingdom Hearts will be available on September 29th, and the look and feel are incredible.
I want to be with you two.
For several months, role-play fans in Japan have discovered that Bowser, that longtime bad guy, really does suck. And I mean that in a good way. The latest Mario and Luigi RPG game, subtitled Bowser's Inside Story, has the world's most famous game brothers reduced to microbe size and ingested by their arch enemy, where they go to work checking out Bowser's internal pipes. And here again, I mean that in a good way. After going dark 6 years ago, 2010 will bring a new dawn with Golden Sun DS.
A new Nintendo DS adventure, Cop the Recruit, will have an immediate attraction for fans of grittier, more urban, open-world gaming. We'd like to introduce you to a young New York cop, forced undercover to unravel the conspiracy that's framed his partner.
My name is Dan Miles, underground street racer, unstoppable. Or so I thought. The day I was arrested, I got two choices. A life behind bars, or a life behind the wheel. My first undercover mission? Take down a terrorist leader bent on wiping out New York City. No kidding. The badge is fast, but the street is faster.
Now, and while Nintendo DS allows developers to experiment with almost anything they want, the new Nintendo DSi lets them think about delivering surprise in ways that just weren't possible before. As of today, total Nintendo DSi sales in America in the 2 months since launch have surpassed 1 million units. People today don't just consume entertainment, they create it and then share it, sometimes with their friends and sometimes with the general public. Now, earlier this spring, we demonstrated Moving Memo, software for Nintendo DSi that lets you create your own little animations and then broadcast them to the world. Today, we can announce that this simple movie maker called Flipnote Studio here in America will be available to Nintendo DSi owners this summer. Now, other user-generated content is also on the way. Mario vs. Donkey Kong is the franchise's third offering, but the first to let players design levels from the ground up. Not only will players have full control over where to set traps, enemies, and a host of power-ups in the construction zone, but they can also upload their creation to friends locally or via Nintendo Wi-Fi connection. Now, when the minis aren't marching through your own diabolical creations, they're navigating puzzles that harken back to the arcade debut of Mario and Donkey Kong. WarioWare DIY, as in do-it-yourself, includes a feature for players to design their own games from scratch. Every element, the characters, the environment, the actions, even the purpose of the microgame itself is controlled entirely by the player. We believe this is as close to essential game design as any title has ever come. No Nintendo DS creation is more eagerly anticipated than the new game Mr. Iwata disclosed earlier this spring, The Legend of Zelda: Spirit Tracks. Stop by the Nintendo booth to test drive not only new games, but also new experiences. In our world, everyone's game.
And our next goal is to create individual titles which can actually satisfy every kind of game player, even though the range of experience and skill level within the gaming population is now much wider. So today, as a sneak peek, I'd like to show you another entirely different way of thinking about games. With Brain Age, Nintendo proposed training your brain. With Wii Fit, we suggested using balance to train your body. Today, please look for the first time at the Wii Vitality sensor. When you insert your finger, the Wii Vitality sensor first recognizes your pulse. But pulse is not just a measurement of your heartbeat. Our pulse contains a number of other signals being transmitted by our bodies. The point here is, once again, to visualize something which otherwise is invisible. For example, how nervous am I up here on stage today? How focused am I on remembering my script? These things are normally invisible. Just as we enable you to see the center of your body balance with Wii Fit, the Wii Vitality sensor intends to have you see the information relating to the inner world of your body. People would be able to use the product we are developing with this Wii Vitality sensor to achieve greater relaxation. Maybe everyone under pressure in our stressful society could use this as a way to relax with a video game.
If you think that that's all the Mario news you can handle, you might want to think again. Because for the first time ever, a second full 3D Mario title is going to appear on a single Nintendo console.
But I'll be honest, I read the blogs too. And I've been a gamer myself for a long time. I know there are still people out there listening who are saying, okay, great, but I want more. And that more is generally associated with publishers not named Nintendo. So let me offer just 3 examples of third-party titles with a little harder edge, ones you'll be playing exclusively on Wii before year end. The first is new IP from Sega that you've heard about before and will be picking up at retail in just 3 weeks. The Conduit was built from the ground up specifically for Wii and introduces us to the all-seeing eye.
It's time to go to work.
How can mankind fight a war the enemy has already won?
There's no time, Michael. This city is doomed. You've got to hurry.
Capcom's Resident Evil has long been a popular choice on Nintendo platforms, and it's a top seller for Wii. It's a franchise that works both as a shooter and as an adventure. And with Resident Evil: The Dark Side Chronicles, you're going to see familiar characters in a new light. Last year, Electronic Arts put its full weight behind a new intellectual property, Dead Space. The action was frantic, but left fans with an important question. Exactly how did that disaster happen? There's only one place they'll find the answer, and it's on a new version of the series built exclusively for Wii called Dead Space Extraction.
I can feel them. All around.
I know. But there's us 4. We've done okay so far.
Oh, God.
Quiet. Listen. Oh, Jesus. We're never getting out of here.
Look out!
Hurry!
Have you seen those things?
That could have been us.
You can't stop it! No one can stop it!
It's coming for one of us.
Panic track commencing in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, God. I don't want to die here.
Third-party publishers are drawn to opportunity. And right now, there's no opportunity larger than Nintendo. We invited one of the most celebrated development teams in the world, one with a proven track record in the mature space, to join us in taking a fresh look at a storied franchise. Here's a preview of what we've been creating together.
instructions, lady?
Remember me?
Time to go. I'm Samus Aran.
Cammy started out today talking about surprise. And I'm guessing even the most passionate Metroid fans found some surprise in that trailer for Metroid Other M. What I can tell you is that this historic collaboration is going to reveal a Metroid game unlike any you've experienced before. It will take you deeper into Samus's story and further into the Metroid universe. Again, this is in keeping with one of the timeless missions of Nintendo, bringing you names that are so familiar, but revitalized to make them new again. At the same time, Wii Motion Plus and the Wii Vitality Sensor are new devices that can transport you to new worlds of gaming. In the end, we believe we can provide something for everyone. We believe there's a place in gaming for everyone. And we remain committed to making Nintendo everyone's game. Thank you for your attention this morning, and we look forward to seeing you on the show floor.